who have read it feel like that there needs to be corrections. So I make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'll do a roll call. Fred Lesher?
When are we going to vote on them next month? Well, we can wait 30 more days. I'd like to approve them, but I mean, God, what's actually
Did you go over the minutes?
No, I didn't go over them. I went over them, but I didn't. You know, sometimes people miss things that, you know.
Yes or no?
Let me
This
see.
is the motion to table it.
Yeah, I'll table the minutes. I'll table the minutes. If they want to table them, somebody wants to go over them.
Jesse
I don't have a problem
Grundy.
with somebody going over the minutes.
The minutes, I did read over the minutes. The minutes were meticulous as always. No.
Mr. Muser?
No, madam.
Mrs. Van Auken?
Yes, I'd like to table it.
Ms. Frey?
Yes, I'd like to table it.
Ms. Williams? Yes.
You know, I just don't know why everybody wants to table everything.
Yeah, next matter is you don't have any motion to be calling for a motion on that. So why don't you call for a resolution?
I'd like to read into the record, resolutions on your agenda 2014, 9, 10, and 11 do not specify what they are, so the public did not have a chance to comment
And I'm
on
going
it
to
because it
say the
just
last
says
time, Mrs. Brown, when you want to speak, you ask to be recognized.
you're violating the Sunshine Law.
You need to ask to be recognized.
May I be recognized?
Yes, you can.
Thank you. The resolutions on your agenda do not say what they are. They're only numbered. And in order to comply with the Pennsylvania Sunshine Act, the public must have an agenda that says what it is. You can't just say resolution. You have to say resolution 2014-9 and state what the resolution is and allow public to comment before the vote.
You can read what the resolutions are, and then if you want to allow people to comment on the resolution.
Borough of Colwyn, Delaware County, Pennsylvania. Do I need to ask for a motion?
No, we're just, to answer Ms. Brown's point, why don't you just read the title of the proposed resolution?
Resolution number 9 is terminating the appointment of Paula Brown to all borough offices and employment with the Borough of Colwyn.
Yes, speak up.
You're
You're just announcing what it is.
Resolution 10, terminating the appointment of Daniel Rutland to all borough offices and employment with the Borough of Colwyn. And I have one more. And resolution number 11 would be administrative resolution. A resolution of the Council of the Borough of Colwyn, Delaware County, Pennsylvania, change of signage of borough bank accounts.
What was that? Could you repeat those last words? Change what?
Of signers for borough bank accounts.
So you want to change the signers of the bank accounts? Okay.
Madam President, you have on your agenda under old business,
Think we
the
can
first
do that.
contracts of Paula Brown and Daniel Rutland. Why don't you just handle them in succession and first entertain any discussion amongst the council members for the contract and position of Paula Brown. My advice to the council is that if you're going to take any sort of personnel action or contemplate taking personnel action, You should explain the reasons therefore, and then allow the individual who's the subject to make any statements or provide any testimony to council regarding the action. This is discussion on the...
This is my discussion on it. Your services for Colwyn Borough was unsatisfactory for the following reasons. Very disrespectful to your employees and the residents of Colwyn. Making decisions without the vote of all of council. Hiring without the vote of council. Always confrontational to your employers. Paying bills without the vote of council. That's my reasons.
Could you state which employee that's for, because you didn't name the person?
Paula Brown. Any discussion?
Am I allowed to address that?
Any discussion? No one has any discussion?
Am I allowed
Any
to?
discussion from council?
I think as the employee, I have the right to say.
We'll get to
Solicitor
you.
just told
We
you.
will get to you, Paula, and stop interrupting. Mr. Mayor Blue, you have something to
Yes,
say?
well, if y'all get rid of Paula and Dan, whatever, what type of, what y'all have to bring to the plate?
First of all, as the mayor and as the president, I do not have to answer that question because you
You don't have to answer. Oh, you don't have to answer.
No, I do not.
Come on, you know who I am?
No, you do not have
Come on, you don't have to
anything
answer
to do with
that.
and fire.
Oh, you don't have to answer that?
No.
No respect, Mayor.
No respect.
And I see no respect. Nobody is recognizing me as the president.
Nobody
Okay?
in here gets respect. Nobody in here. Yeah, you can hit that all you want to, because it don't make no difference to me.
Can I be recognized?
Yes, you can.
Is there a specific reason why we're getting rid of Mrs. Brown?
Thank you.
Speak up, Paul.
Speak up, Paul.
Is there a specific reason why we're getting rid of Paula Brown?
I have my reason. Do you have a
Because she
reason?
found the financial wrongdoing in this town?
Okay, that's
Is
your.
that the reason? Well, now I'm asking you as council, as
She found
council
no
president.
wrongdoing on me, so no.
Well, I'm not saying you, I'm saying
Okay.
certain members of
All right.
council. Since January, I've seen it.
Okay.
I've seen it.
All right.
Because I've been at the DA's office.
Okay.
So, I
Okay.
mean, is that the reason?
You
want to get
answered,
rid of
I
her?
answered it.
Okay,
Paul, there you
just
go.
want to bring that to the plate.
They
You have
ain't
any
gonna show you
discussion
no
on
type
it?
of
Yes.
I know. Till somebody goes to
It's all about
jail.
them, man.
Madam President,
It's all
Yes.
about them.
will you be advertising for either a borough manager or a borough administrator? I know that we really didn't need but a part-time. Will you be advertising for that? No one at this table is going to take over, am I correct?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, so it will be someone from the
And
outside.
it won't be you neither, turn that break.
She just said that.
All right then, I'm making it clear.
She said it.
I'm making it clear.
Excuse me. You don't
Excuse
have-
me.
You don't have.
Excuse
I'm
me.
running this meeting, excuse everyone. Mrs. Brown,
Has to be addressed.
And
you
I
have something to say?
Yeah, I do. First,
I wasn't finished, he jumped in.
okay, go
okay,
ahead,
go
finish.
ahead.
And I wanted to say, I don't want to be in this borough. I don't want to have anything to do with any business of this borough. So, I'm happy where I am. If
After you
y'all,
done screwed it up, now you happy where you will. Come on, man. Come on, you can blank me out, but I'm telling you like it is.
if I can finish.
Damage now.
If I
The
can
damn time you
finish.
running.
Yeah,
If I can finish. Now, see, this is what I'm saying. If I can finish.
we can't see you.
Well, that's all right. You ain't got to. You can hear my voice because I speak loud enough. I am tired of all of the slander and the slinging of the mud.
Mrs.
I just wanted to
Gray,
sit
can I
here.
interrupt, please?
Sure.
This is about Paula Brown.
No
Can
problem.
we bring it back to Paula Brown, please?
You're a cat.
Mr. Lesher?
yeah, Paula does do some things that are valuable to the borough hall. As far as the borough manager thing's concerned, I didn't really appreciate that because I really thought she overstepped their power. And for us to negotiate Paula Brown's contract and everything that's going on out here in front of the public, I think is not the way this whole thing should be handled. And I want to make a motion to table Paula Brown's contract so we can go in the back room, all of us as adults, and sit down and talk to Paula Brown and see what she brings to the table.
Well, we can't table it because she wants it in a public meeting.
I mean, I can't, you know, it's just like with Dan Rutland. I can't stomach $600 a week for a code guy. I'd like to have Dan Rutland do it, but I can't stomach it. And with Paula, if she stay out of politics and become more like an administrator, because I know she's working with you're working with the auditor right now, okay? She's doing things, but, you know, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to bring Sharita in, to start taking the notes to the minutes of the meeting to try to pull some power away from Paula. But I think if we can't sit in the back room and talk to Paul and have a contract, and I don't think the borough's in a position to give anybody any 6-month contract or any contract. It's an as-is job. You don't have to give anybody a contract for an as-is job, and what we have to do is we got to find out what Paula is doing. We got to start getting other people to do things that Paula's doing right now, like Sharita Jackson, the girl down typing the payroll, and you know, if Paula goes straight out the door, you know, we bring somebody in from God knows where and where we at. But I think we have to table Paula's contract, not vote for a contract, and get Paula in the back room and start to having Paula define her duties as what she's doing, so we can separate everything. And if Paula doesn't like the kind of money that we want to give her, then Paula can go down the road.
But right now, Paula decided she wanted her contract in a public meeting. We cannot table it.
Well, I mean, you could ask her.
She wrote it, she wanted it in a public meeting.
I
can't
can't.
table it.
I mean, she wants to me the
think it should
financial
be a
terms are a little bit too much. Okay, not that I don't think Paula is doing a good job and working a lot of hours, but you know, it's just like with Mr. Rutland, the $600 a week. To me, it's too much.
Freddie, we're talking about Paula right now. We're not
Okay.
talking about Dan.
All right,
We're
no
jumping all
problem.
over the place.
Go ahead. I'm done.
Madam President,
Yes, Mr. Condit.
this is kind of like, I think about the movie, The Bridge Over the River Kwai. At the end of the movie, the British officer that had the bridge built, he's watching the commandos blow up the bridge, and he's looking at the bridge and he's going, insanity, insanity. It's insanity to fire this woman who's working for low pay. Everybody else in the boroughs makes more than she does. Every borough around us, the borough manager runs the borough. This place, it's turned on its head. Everybody wants to get their hand in running things. That's not the way it's supposed to be. We're supposed to oversee the borough manager, oversee the code officer, oversee the police department. So it's a giant mistake to fire her. She's working for a pittance. She doesn't even get health benefits right now. It's ridiculous. Thanks.
Mrs. Randolph.
I'd like to know what the new contract would be for, the amount.
$50,000.
We have to
So that's
negotiate
a
it.
total of $72,000 a year for a borough manager for this borough where people are losing their houses left and right.
Out of the case, 72.
Dan McAhill didn't make $72,000.
What's 72,000?
Excuse me, Martha, pass the floor. She respected y'all, respect her. Thank you.
Well, then be accurate, please, and factual. It's not 72,000.
Go ahead, Mrs.
50 for
Randolph.
1 year with no benefits.
No
And
benefit.
he had 42.
Borough managers make $100,000
it's your turn
It's not
to
in this
speak.
borough. We can't afford it. People are losing their houses. We can't afford a full-time manager.
32%.
Really? But you can afford to go to the hair salon, buy cigarettes, restaurants, cash withdrawals?
I don't know, Paul. Was I able to do those things?
Well, you signed the checks.
We are,
There were no checks. You're talking about.
Martha,
Yeah, he's watching.
I'm
can
waiting,
I,
I'm
can
waiting.
I'm sorry.
Can we sit down, Mr. Clark?
Mr.
Can you
Music
please?
stood up.
Can you sit down, please?
What is your problem?
I'm the borough secretary, I'm supposed to
Paula,
record the
what is
meeting.
your problem? You don't put that camera on anybody else's phone.
Yes, I did. Every single one. Yes, I did.
And guess what? You're being recorded, so we can tell you.
It's
Okay,
fine.
Martha, let it go. Let it go, Martha. I just want to say, as a council person, I was not given the contract,
Neither was I.
nor was Martha. But this is my ruling because I feel like it's unsatisfactory. Any council person, any employee that comes to the borough and is also in the borough code should not be politically motivated. And for the last 6 months, myself, Martha, and Pat have been excluded from all decisions. They have not come to the table. There has been spending that was not brought to the table. $1,500 for a brand new air conditioner for the police department was not voted on. It was never even told, but that's already been expended. My other thing is, I've been asking for the bills for the last 6 months. I have not seen any actual bills. And Ms. Brown is very disrespectful when you come up here. It's always an argument. It's been witnessed by more than one person. And for me personally, I feel like she has a vendetta from the fact that she doesn't like me because my mother and father had me. Anything that I become involved with, it becomes negative.
Let's
So
go.
it's now, see, it's
Stop
like,
the showboating.
see, this is what I'm saying. They have no respect. They
None.
have no respect at all because I didn't say a word when all of them were talking. When every last one of them got to say what they wanted to say without me saying a word. But every time I open my mouth, everybody on that side got a comment. But this is the truth. We have been closed out of council for the last 6 months.